Are you new to manifesting and you're seeing some success, but not consistently? There's some things that come into your life easily and some other things that just don't show up and you can't seem to get and you don't know why you're doing. And so you want to know where to start and what you need to do to shift. Okay, this is the video for you. Welcome to Patty's World. I'm Patty. I'm a manifesting and transformative coach, and I will help you shift so that you align with all the desires of your heart because you are absolutely worth it. And make sure you stick around for the end of the video because towards the end, I'm going to talk about a big manifestation masterclass that I have, and it's very gently priced so that anyone who's new to this can attend and you can learn the basics so you don't make the mistakes or are able to shift and move through the blocks that may be holding you back and keeping you from the big things from not showing up, the big money, the big relationship, the big lifestyle, whatever it is you want to draw into your life. Okay, so I first got into this in my 30s, law of attraction. I was inadvertently implementing in my life law of attraction techniques. You attract what you believe you are. So when I started paying attention to people who easily aligned with what they wanted. And I thought, what is it that they have? Well, what I realized is that a lot of the people, and we all know people like that, who seem to be lucky or seem to be the ones that get everything that they want, no problem, the relationship, the love, the treatment, the money, the job. And to me, it was an inner sense of confidence, of belief in their self and their ability. Sure, they tried and they put themselves out there, but they had an inner sense of confidence, an inner state belief that they were worthy of getting what they wanted, the money, the relationship, the lifestyle, the car, whatever it is you want to draw in. I specifically had a friend who applied for a job and she persisted. She got no at first, but she persisted and persisted and persisted. And then she got this big job. And she always had this certainty and this belief in herself, which is a quality that I tell my clients to implement when they're trying, or not really trying, but when they're trying to make those shifts to manifest. When you want to shift, it's an inner belief and a certainty in yourself that you're going to get what you want. And whatever your 3D shows you, you dismiss it and say, no, you shift back into, I know I'm going to get it. And if you look at the most successful people that you know, the lucky people, the people who get everything they want, what qualities do they embody? Think about that. They have faith in their abilities. They trust themselves. They're confident. They feel they're lucky and they talk to themselves that way. They're not complaining. They tend to be happy. And no matter what they're faced with, they get back up and find a way around whatever circumstance or perceived block. Remember, we're the ones attaching meaning to things. Okay, so here's what I want you to understand if you're new to manifesting. Everything comes down to your internal state, what you're thinking and believing about yourself, which is law of assumption. It ties into law of attraction, and we can talk about the law of resonance and the law of vibration, and they all tie into each other. And I'm actually finishing a book right now that talks about all the spiritual universal laws and really how they tie into each other. And it's just different roads to get to the same destination. Okay, so what I realize that all our thoughts and our words and our emotional state carry energetic frequencies. So every thought you're thinking, your predominant thoughts, which create your predominant emotional states, and the words you're talking, you're casting spells with your words. Whatever you're saying, whatever you're professing, you're casting spells and you're making energetic agreements with God, source, the universe. Same thing with your thoughts. When you're running an internal conversation in your mind, that is what you're essentially praying, or the contract you're agreeing to, and asking for more of the same to come into your life. So the big shifts you want to make, and you want to start there, is paying attention to how you talk about yourself, how you talk about others, and what you're thinking. If you're predominantly in a negative state thinking pattern, you're staying in that hamster wheel and that cycle of negativity, and you're bringing past energetic circumstances into the present. And that's why I always say, okay, let's make peace with the past. It's dead and gone. And when we keep on ruminating and talking about it, we bring it into our present. We only have the eternal, powerful now. So the big shifts we want to start making is talking to ourselves differently and speaking differently. Stop the complaining, stop the criticizing, stop criticizing others, and bless them. And when something shows up in your reality that someone else has, take it as a sign from God, source, the universe, that you too can have it. Approach it from that mindset. Everything is just a mindset shift. Stop putting yourself down, stop criticizing yourself, and start blessing everything and appreciating. Because if you have you ever seen the emotional state, vibrational state of emotions, the chart that shows what every emotion, what frequency, what energetic frequency it's on, the energetic scale of emotions, and what different emotions, what energetic frequency they're on. And the highest ones are authenticity, love, gratitude, peace. And so you want to predominantly reside in those emotional states where you're appreciating, where you're grateful, where you're happy, where you're at peace, where you're authentic, where you're living and being for your most authentic self. Because you know you get everything you want. That is where the certainty, the belief in yourself, and the confidence comes in. And when you're operating from those core frequencies, you naturally align with all the desires of your heart. And powerful creators, powerful manifestors, and a lot of the coaches have mastered this so well that they're able, no matter what shows up in their reality, they attach a new meaning, they shift into the reality they want in their mind and imagination, because that's where we create first psychologically in our minds. And they shift themselves into an energetic state of appreciation, of harmony, of authenticity, of peace, love, joy, gratitude, which automatically aligns them with their desires and their manifestations. That's really the shift you make. So the shift that I learned once I understood law of assumption, assuming the state of the wish fulfilled, assuming the identity of the person who already has it. You want to be the person who has it or reside in the state of being and having. What you already have, you want to bless, appreciate, and show gratitude for it. You want to become and reside in the state of the person who is a master manifester who already has it. You want to think of yourself in this way and talk to yourself in this way, whether it's verbally or in your mind, and you want your internal conversations to reflect this. That is all self concept. That is self concept work. And we do this every day, over and over, repeat it, that repetition until those new beliefs and those new words and those new spells imprint on our subconscious mind, that we naturally operate from this new belief pattern, this new self concept, this new energetic frequency. We elevate who we are and we naturally resonate with more elevated experiences. So, the big shifts that I would advise you to make is to clean up the way you talk to yourself internally and externally, and the way you talk about others. It will shift you tremendously, and do it over and over until it becomes natural. Because if you're complaining and that is where you're putting your energy, you will align with more things to complain about. If you're focusing on lack and scarcity, law of increase, you're aligning and attracting more things that bring you lack and keep you in a sense of scarcity. So you first have to brainwash yourself into believing in your mind that you're abundant, you're worthy, you're loved, you're chosen, you're lucky, you're the main character of your life, and you get everything you want. So, whatever external circumstance is in your reality, I always say, take your attention off of it and bring it back to you. And then step into the version of yourself, the ideal version of you, because they already exist. We only have the now, and create the most abundant, ideal version of yourself in your mind. And then ask yourself, how would they behave? How would they think? How would they talk? How would they approach life? Completely different than someone who is ungrateful and in a state of lack and scarcity. You feel yourself in a state of abundant. You give gratitude for your life and the things that you already have, because you're already abundant. If you're breathing, if you're watching my video, you have a phone, you have access to technology, you have food, you have rent paid. Start giving thanks and appreciation for what you already have. The more you do this, the more you will align with more of the same. And gratitude is such a high, energetic, emotional state. You can't complain and be grateful at the same time. And I always pay attention to people who are constantly complaining or criticizing and gossiping, and their life is always in chaos because they're aligning with more of the same. Every shift you're going to make starts with you. We create from within, we change ourselves. We're not forcing or efforting to change anything outside of us. We change our emotional state, what we believe and assume about ourselves and the world around us, and our external world will align. So clean up the way you talk to yourself, the way you talk to yourself, and imagine and think, and start thinking like someone who is successful, who is abundant, who is worthy, who is loved, who gets everything they want, who's lucky. And repeat this over and over and over until it cements. You anchor this belief in, anchor it in, and it will become your reality before long. And it will be so easy. The more you practice this, the stronger you become at staying in this emotional state, at shifting yourself back, and it transform your entire life. And this was one of the key things I learned. If I want something, I put myself in the place, I step into the place of having it and being it, and I don't worry about it because I know it's going to show up because I'm the person who gets everything they want. And everything always works out in my favor. I don't attach meaning to things, or I shift and attach a positive meaning to everything. How is this going to work out for me? I wonder how God, source, the universe is going to bring this around because everything always works out in my favor and life source is always supporting me. I cannot wait to see this play out because this is going to play out in my favor because everything always plays out in my favor. And I stay in those beliefs, in those core frequencies, and it shifts everything for me. All right, so try that. Let me know how that works. Now, that being said, I have a masterclass June 20th, Thursday. It's from 11 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. And it is my manifesting masterclass. It's a manifesting mastery masterclass. The M, the alliteration. And really, I'm going to teach you how to become magnetic to all your desires. So you're not chasing or forcing, you attract, and you become so magnetic and align with everything. And we will go deeper into this. I'll have some very powerful visualizations, some self hypnosis to move you to the state of the person who gets everything they want. It's gently priced at $34. You don't want to miss it. You'll have access to me and I'll answer your questions and help you shift. So it's in my bio. It'll be in the description as well. Just go to the Stand Store. You'll see all the information there. And if you can't attend live, you'll get the recorded version and plus a little worksheet and steps as well. Incredibly powerful stuff. Okay, thanks. Thanks for joining me on this video and I'll see you on the next one.